intervention.
Okay.
Essentially to get rid of opposition to this new world order.
Right.
And the third is a blend of electronic and supernatural forces,
Okay.
including projecting global satanic ghosts through everyday electricity.
And finally, the fourth step, these universal supernatural manifestations. This is
including projecting in Christians that the rapture is occurring through alien intervention, using electronic means to stage all these supernatural events.
Okay.
Three main orientations.
Okay.
The first one being making people believe that an alien invasion is imminent in major cities,
Oh, wow.
provoking a nuclear response that the UN would then use as justification for global disarmament. The second is convincing Christians that the rapture is occurring through alien intervention,
Okay.
essentially to get rid of opposition to this new world order.
Right.
And the third is a blend of electronic and supernatural forces,
Okay.
including projecting global satanic ghosts through everyday electronics,
Yeah.
to induce that mass hysteria.
Right, yeah.
And the goal of all this orchestrated chaos being to make populations willingly accept this, this new Messiah for the sake of order and peace.
Yeah, it's a really elaborate
It's a lot.
and frankly terrifying vision
Definitely.
laid out in this transcript.
It's a lot to take in.
Now, you mentioned that, while this Project Bluebeam idea seems to be central to these blog posts, there were some other posts from that Monday
Right.
that while they seem different on the surface, might have some interesting connections.
Yeah.
What stood out to you?
Well, what's interesting is how some of those other posts could be seen as, fitting within this broader context of questioning established narratives.
Okay.
Or exploring alternative understandings of things.
Okay.
For example, that post titled The Full Story of the Hermes Trismegistus
Right.
points to an interest in these esoteric and hermetic traditions,
Okay.
which often involve, ideas of hidden knowledge and alternative spiritual understandings
Right.
that sometimes stand in contrast to mainstream religious doctrines, which is something that Project Bluebeam, allegedly aims to exploit
Right.
and redefine.
Yeah, yeah.
So it suggests a curiosity about different ways of understanding the world and our place in it.
That makes sense. Yeah, exploring different spiritual paths, could lead to questioning those mainstream beliefs.
For sure.
What about the post on Gnostic lore? How might that connect to this?
So the post on Gnostic lore, Abraxas, Mary Magdalena, Quantum, Sophia the Apocrypha of, indicates an interest in Gnosticism,
Right.
which, as you know, is an ancient belief system with interpretations of religious figures and cosmology that they're very different from mainstream Christianity.
Right.
And this interest in alternative interpretations of religious narratives
Right.
could resonate with the alleged goal of Project Bluebeam to reinterpret religious doctrines
Okay.
and present a new unified version.
Right. So it seems like a theme here is questioning these traditional narratives.
Definitely.
Whether they're religious or historical or, along those lines.
Yeah, it seems to be a common thread.
And then there's this post on flat Earth theory.
Right.
That seems like a different kind of skepticism.
It does, yeah. The Sun Logic, Flat Earth versus Globe Hiding the Truth post really highlights a skepticism towards mainstream scientific narratives.
Okay.
And a belief in hidden truths.
Right.
And this kind of mindset, this distrust of established authorities, and this conviction that important information is being concealed.
Right.
Could make those grand claims of Project Bluebeam seem, I guess, more plausible, or at least worthy of consideration.
Right. So this general distrust in established narratives, whether they're scientific or religious,
Yeah.
could make someone more receptive to a large-scale conspiracy theory.
Potentially, yeah.
Now, there were also a lot of links to YouTube reactions of Cocteau Twins songs.
Right.
Where those fit in. That seems like a bit of a left turn.
Yeah, it might seem less directly related, but those numerous links to reactions of songs like Treasure in Heaven or Las Vegas
Yeah.
could represent a search for emotional or aesthetic experiences outside of, just the purely rational or factual.
Okay.
Perhaps it reflects a human need for transcendence or wonder that could be, manipulated by this kind of grand, technologically staged spectacle.
Right. Appealing to our emotions to potentially bypass our critical thinking.
Right.
Yeah, that's a sobering thought.
It is.
And finally, the mind map of esotericism and this list of I guess, Michael's interests, that seems to tie everything together pretty strongly.
It does. The mind map clearly shows, an interest in a wide range of esoteric topics.
Right.
And those listed interests, things like conspiracy theory, truth movement, holographic universe, alternate history.
Yeah.
They align really strongly with, with those themes around Project Bluebeam and its potential audience.
Right. It's painting a picture of someone who's really engaged with alternative narratives and skeptical of mainstream explanations for things.
Yeah, someone who's, actively exploring all these different facets of reality and belief.
Okay, so to sum up, you've presented us with a set of sources that are definitely dominated by this rather sensational claim.
It's a big one.
This idea of they're preparing for the final plan.
Right.
And this whole detailed breakdown of Project Bluebeam, which again is this supposed secret project to reshape global beliefs through technology and stage supernatural events.
That's a lot.
It all points to this deep engagement with ideas that challenge conventional understandings of how the world works.
Yeah, it really encourages you to think outside the box, to consider alternative explanations for things.
Absolutely. And whether you find this scenario plausible or thought-provoking or completely far-fetched, the way all of these seemingly random posts from that one Monday on your blog connect together really raises these really interesting questions about belief and the power of technology and the different narratives that shape our understanding of reality.
And I think it prompts us to consider, why certain explanations resonate with us.
Right.
And how we evaluate the information that we encounter.
Yeah, that's a really good point.